What's up guys, Mike the Repair Guy here. Today we're going to look at the Samsung dryer. The complaint is that it has no heat. We're going to dive into it and see what it could be. Check it out. Alright guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We're just trying to help out everyday homeowners and show you how to fix your stuff. So today we're going to get into the Samsung dryer. The complaint is that it has no heat. So it could be a couple of different things. Samsung's notorious for heating elements going out, so that's probably going to be what it is, but we'll see first. So always the first thing you want to do is make sure that you unplug the dryer from any electrical outlet. Make sure there's no voltage going to it. Next thing that we need to do is we're going to take the top off. There's two Phillips screws in the back. These are the two screws on the back that you're going to want to go ahead and take out. Just release the top for us. We'll just set this out of the way. Okay, another little trick that I'll show you guys. Kind of makes it a little faster and easier. Down here on the bottom, you're going to see the exhaust vent. This is a nice little easy trick to be able to get the belt off of the motor in there and off the pulley system, and this will save you time trying to get to the front. So what I like to do is go ahead and take the back off. You can also access the heating element from this way, but it's just easier to get the belt. This exhaust duct just comes right out, and then so you're going to be able to actually see down in here, and the heating element is over here on this side. That's actually going to give us access to be able to take the belt off of the pulley as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is move to the front. You want to take off, there's 3 screws here. Hold the control panel on so we can take that off to access the drum and the other inner workings of the dryer. And this just pops off. We just set it up here out of the way for the time being. Okay, now it's going to expose. There's 4 screws here that hold on the front casing here, and 2 screws here that we'll have to take out. And now allow the whole thing to come off. As you're pulling this back, there's a wire right here that you're going to want to disconnect. This is the door switch. Sometimes it can be a little tough to get out. This is that wire that I unclipped. Okay, then there's 4 screws here, and then there's also a screw here to separate it from the fan motor. And there's 2 screws here too that you can also take out to take off where the filter goes. Okay, next thing you want to do is take off 2 screws here. Okay, now you can also try to reach in here to take the belts off. Like I told you before, if you do it the other way, it's a little bit easier to go ahead and get the belt off, so that way you can just pull the drum out. We'll actually take off these other 2 screws here and hold this on. Makes it just a little bit easier. pulled right out. Now we can see the heating element. Okay, so now I'm going to use my multimeter and we're going to check to see if the heating element has continuity or if one of the thermostats is bad. This is just a regular multimeter. You can pick one of these up pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. So we'll go ahead and set it on the continuity level, checking for ohms or resistance, and we'll see. So there's nothing there. This is audible, but you'll see a number. So it's just showing a 1, which just means that this is an open circuit. So if you guys can see that, there's a 1 there. If we check the thermostats to make sure they're okay, so we get resistance, and the same thing on the high limit. Which you're also going to hear. So that's going to tell me that the heating element is bad, which is a common thing that happens on these Samsungs. So I'll show you how to go ahead and replace it. We'll go ahead and remove the wires first. Okay, and there's a screw here that holds the heating element on. It's going to lift right out. Okay, and we'll move on to the next step where we'll actually take this apart and replace it with the heating element, new one. Alright guys, so this is the new heating element. This is just going to slide right in here once we take this apart. Okay, so this is actually just going to come in half. You'll see the screws holding it on. First thing we need to do is take the thermostats off. Okay, then we're going to take these other 6 screws around the sides here. On this side there's a little bit of a clip here that we got to straighten out. Everything that comes apart. Then the heating element. I don't know if you can see them. There's these tiny little clips, and that's what actually holds the heating element in there. So you got to bend these little tabs so they straighten out. And then you can just push the heating element through like that. We can inspect it if we want. I'm sure, yep, right there, sure enough, is where the element is broke. You see that? Okay, so we'll go ahead and get the new one. We just feed the terminals through like on the slot, just like how the other one was. Sometimes they're a little bit of a pain the first time through. Okay, then what you need to do is bend the little tab so it doesn't come out. I like to bend both tabs, but just to make sure it's not going to come out. You don't have to. You can just bend one tab if you want, but I like to bend both. Okay, so now we're going to put the top on. Round part goes towards the back. And then we'll put the screws back on here and we'll put it all back together. Put these tabs back in there. And you gotta try to kind of center up the heating element in there because it's going to go, the screw goes to the hole, so hold both there. And you can reach in from the side if you need to line up the hole. Generally, once you get one or two screws started, then it'll go pretty easy from there. So, get the first screw in here. Then we need to put our thermostats back on here. So your temperature thermostat, which is the bigger one, goes in the front in the bigger hole. Alright, now we're ready to go put it back in the dryer. Alright guys, now we're just going to put the heating element back in there. Put the screw back in. Connect the wires. And we put the drum in. It's on the rollers, and then you can put the belt back on from here from the front, or you can put it on from the back. To put the belt on is kind of tricky. You got to push the pulley over. I can't really get the camera in there to show you. I'll have to see if I can make another video where it's a little closer so I can show you how to push the pulley over on the Alright, then we go ahead and put the casing back on. Notches here, this just slides right in there. And you just put the screws back in. Reconnect our wires. Okay, then we'll put the metal casing back on top for the control panel. Okay, then we'll put the front shell on. It's got two little clips, or two holes down here on the bottom. They're going to sit on these clips. Make sure you connect your door switch, door sensor switch. Put it back on, and we'll go ahead and put these screws in. And we'll put the control panel on. Make sure you connect your wires. Sorry about that. These screws back up on top right here. Okay, then we're going to put the top of the shell on and the exhaust vent in the back again. Alright, so now I'll put the back on. Okay, then the vent. You can slide all the way in. If you look inside, you'll be able to see the hole from the exhaust where the blower is. Okay, this is just going to slide right in there. And then our cover. That little tab needs to go in this little hole right here. Sorry, let me put it down a little bit more. Okay, so this little tab right here needs to go in that hole. That's it, guys. Alright guys, you successfully changed a heating element in a Samsung dryer. If you like the video, subscribe, give us a like, a thumbs up. Down in the description below I'll list all the parts so you can purchase it off of Amazon, all the tools that I used. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.